This will be my very first video where I'm talking directly into the camera, and it already feels really weird talking to this camera, but I will try my best to make this happen. So I've literally like gone around the house to like 4 different spots to test out like how the lighting looks, and I just ended up on my couch. So yeah, wish I just started out here first. Anyways, today I'm gonna be reviewing the Chanel 19 large flap bag. Now, the first thing I want to mention about this bag is the sizing. It's very, very confusing, and a lot of people, even like the essays, will get it wrong, or at least different than what the website says. So the large is sort of like the next size up after the smallest size. So the smallest size is like a medium, and then the size after that is a large, and then the size after that is the maxi. And let me just actually say this again, the smallest size, they don't even have like a size associated with it on the website. So it's just Chanel 19 flat bag. The next size up is the Chanel 19 large flat bag, and then after that is the maxi. So a lot of people have been calling the starting size the small size, the large size the medium size, and the size after that the large size. So at the end of the day, just make sure you read the dimensions and you know which one you want. So the one that I have here today is, as described on the website, this is the large, but my essay called it the medium. Hey, and I'm not gonna correct her because I feel like everyone's confused about the sizing. Anyways, this is my baby. I spent at least 3 months kind of like researching the bag and deciding, you know, if it was the right bag for me. I'd spent a lot of time watching YouTube videos of other people who've had the bag and seeing, you know, what their thoughts were and what they had to say. I wanted to know like how it would wear after like a few months, just because the structure is so non-structured. It's super floppy and squishy. So yeah, there's a lot of things, a lot of questions I wanted to have answered before I bought the bag. And that's one of the reasons that I'm making this video, is because like, you know, I just want to have a say in it. I thought it would be helpful if there was a little bit more information, or at least different points of view on the bag, that, you know, while you're researching this, I hope this is a good reference guide for you to kind of have like complete knowledge of the bag before you buy it. So yeah, let's see how I'm gonna do this. I haven't really scripted this. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I hope it flows well. I probably will cut some stuff in and out, but all right, this bag. All right, first off, let's just look at the bag. This is the bag. This is the top profile. This is the side profile. There's absolutely nothing in this bag right now. Okay. I personally like for this chain to be in the front. I think it looks cute, but hey, some people might like it in the back. It falls naturally to the back, so get used to wearing it in the back if you don't like it in the back. Is it focusing on me or the bag? I can't tell. Focus on this thing, please. Please, focus. Poke. Okay, there we go. I had to poke it. This is the leather strap that goes on your shoulders. It's a mixture of ruthenium and silver hardware. And as you go down here, you have some gold tone hardware. It's like a older looking, aged gold. I've heard some people call it that. And then as you move further down the bag, at the very top here, you have the, man, focus, more of the aged gold. And then here you have the silver tone hardware. So I'm gonna say something about the hardware that I really like is that it's a mixture and it flows really well. when I wear jewelry, I tend to wear all gold, and very rarely I'll wear silver jewelry just because it doesn't match my skin tone as well. But with this one, I feel like the blend is so well thought out. It really just smoothly transitions, and this makes it a lot easier when I'm wearing a bag to pair it with my jewelry, because I generally buy bags with all gold jewelry because that's the type of jewelry I like to wear. So I do feel like my collection isn't as diverse as I want it to be, and with this I get to have like a little bit of silver tones in my collection now. So yay, thank you for this mixing of the hardware. Another thing about this bag is the CC clasp here. Now, I don't know if this has ever been done. I've only started getting into Chanel maybe for like 2 years, so, and I don't go back and look at their old collections. I'm not that type of Chanel fan. But this clasp closure, I absolutely love that they kind of like wove the leather in with the clasp. I think that's pretty clever. And it just looks very different, and it's very memorable. I personally like the interlacing of the leather with the chain, so yay! Now it's on the clasp as well, and it's super unique. I just love it. I love it. Yeah. So when you open it, this is what it looks like, and on the interior, it's just like red fabric. Red fabric. It's not an interior leather lining. There is one, I still have the plastic on. There's one compartment there, and there is a little back pocket here that is a metal clasp that also has red fabric lining. This is a magnetic clasp, and it's pretty good. Closes very easily. So my first impression of this bag when I was at the boutique, I saw it first last year, 2019, when it first came out. I got a little pamphlet from Chanel that they mail you. And I saw the bag on the pamphlet, and I was like, and it's a blue bag. I think it's like a woman holding a blue bag, and she looks like she has water on her or something. And I saw the bag, and I was like, oh, it's cute. It's very different than other bags that I've seen inside the boutique. And I wanted to see it in person, so I went to the boutique and I saw it from afar. I didn't even like actually take a close look at it, and then I was like, no, that is not the bag for me. I thought it looked like a trash bag. I did not like the sheen on it. I thought it was too shiny. It kind of looked like there was a plastic film on the bag. I thought it looked really like messy and not the type of look that I would personally ever go for. So I saw it and I was like, all right, never mind. I don't even want to like take a close look at it or try it on. And that was the end of that. That was my first impression of seeing this bag in person in the boutique. So I actually only started getting into the bag when I saw it in pictures on Instagram on other people. I was like, hey, this actually looks nice. I like it. I like the vibe. It's like, to me, it feels like younger. It feels more edgy. It feels, I don't know, youthful? Is youthful the right word? It feels, I think I found the right word. This bag is rebellious. That's how I would describe this bag. It really rebels against everything that I think of when I think of Chanel, which is like classy, eloquent, fancy, bougie lady. So this is the rebel in the family of Chanel. It's a lot edgier. It's more expressive. It's a lot of things that is different. So I'm gonna call it the rebel trash bag, but beautiful nonetheless trash bag that I will gladly carry around. So that's that was my first impression. Now, as I saw this on social media, like people wearing it, I was like, I want to try it on now. I should have tried it on when I was in the store. This was all during COVID, where I literally was on social media a lot more than I usually am, because I wasn't out and about doing things. So I started watching YouTube reviews on it, and I like fell in love with the bag on YouTube and Instagram. So finally, when the boutiques opened again, which was probably like just a couple weeks ago, I went in and I tried the bag on. The bag size that I wanted to try on wasn't there in the color that I wanted. So she said that she had a large, and I was like, okay, I'll come in to try on the large. And while I was there, I tried it on and I was like, wow, blown away. I immediately fell in love with it. I really love the way it feels. It just feels really soft and luxurious. I think the one that I have is lambskin. I know it also comes in goat skin, but I didn't feel one that was goat skin, or maybe I did and I just didn't know. But this one is a lambskin. It's super, super soft, and like, it's like a pillow. It's very squishy. So I tried it on. Loved it. Then I was like, wait, I still want to try on like the base size just to see how it would look on my body, because like I had a feeling that it would look better. And she had one of the base size in orange, and I tried that one on and I was like, no, I don't think this works on me. I really like the large. So at the end of the day, I got what I wanted. The orange one, color aside, I don't like that color on me, but it just didn't match my body shape, height. I'm 5'2", I'm like more on the petite, short side. I'm definitely petite because I'm shorter, but it just didn't sit well on me. And I think the only way to know if it's gonna work for your specific body, with no matter how tall you are, like everyone's torso is gonna be different. You just really wanna try on the bag to see how it looks on your body. Everyone's breast size is different, so some of you guys, like, it's gonna push the bag out more even if you're like shorter, so maybe like the one with the shorter strap won't work for you and the one with the longer strap drop will. So you know, your hip size, you know, we're all different sizes. So my best advice is, no matter how tall you are, no matter how big or small your lady parts are, I recommend you to go into the boutique and try on all the sizes before you decide to purchase a certain size, because you don't know until you try. I thought that the base size was going to be the best for me, given like that I was shorter, but it wasn't. When I tried it on, you know, I tried it on just shoulder, I tried it on crossbody, I tried it on like in front, putting bag in the back, and like the large was the one that sat the best on my body, given like my proportions. So first piece of advice, try on the bag in all sizes before you buy the bag. That saves you a trip of going back and exchanging it for another size. So it's just an extra hour that you've saved by trying on the bag while you're there to begin with. Another thing I'm going to mention about this bag, this is actually not the first large that I got. I got another one and I returned it because, well, I exchanged it because of a defect, or maybe it wasn't a defect. They say that all bags, all the Chanel bags are going to be a little bit different than each other. They're sisters, they're not meant to be all alike. But basically, if you look closely at the bag, you kind of see there's like a little line there. And it kind of happens naturally because when it fits, it does that. Even though it's brand spanking new. The same thing in the back. There's like a little line there as well. And when you actually put stuff in it, this bag is empty, it expands, so then it kind of looks like there's no line. But I believe this line exists on a lot of the bags. The first one that I got, the leather at the bottom was very, very aged looking. It had a lot more lines in it, so it looked like older. Maybe it had been used and abused, but that is just the nature of the bag, and it happens because of its structure. So my advice number 2 is when you go, compare more than one bag, because they're all gonna be slightly different, especially in the bottom area here. So this is the one that I ended up getting, and I accept it. Okay, this is how it comes. It's probably not even gonna retain this structure. It's gonna change as you use it, depending on how you use it. Whether you're gonna baby it or whether you're gonna just use it as an everyday bag, like, it's gonna change. And one of the things I've done to kind of hopefully preserve the shape a bit more is I got a bag shaper / organizer. It's coming in the mail. It was shipped out yesterday, and I'll probably do another video in a few months saying if I think it's worth it or not to get a bag organizer. But this bag I've only used on 2 occasions now. One to go out and eat pizza, and then the other one was just like to go to the grocery store. And don't laugh at me at using it for all these like day-to-day activities, but hey, if you get it, flaunt it. It's not gonna have any use sitting in your closet. And that's just my take on it. So that's what I have to say so far about this, is like the structure. Accept it. If you can't accept that the bag is not going to be perfect, then this is not the bag for you. If you want a bag that's like really gonna retain its shape, this is probably not the bag for you. If you want a bag that can hold a lot of stuff, this is the bag. It expands. This part billows out. It can hold a lot of stuff. And when it does hold stuff, when you put stuff in your bag, it actually doesn't have to be extremely organized. So there's like a space optimization, right? If the bag is really rigid, like the classic flap, that one you kind of want to arrange things a certain way so that more stuff can fit in it. With this, kind of you just throw it in and you don't really have to arrange it. You don't have to be thoughtful about it. And then it just amazingly fits because it's so moldable and squishy, and it takes the form of kind of whatever's in it. So that is one of the great things about this bag. Let me see if I have anything else to say. So one other thing I'm going to mention is that like the handle, top handle is metal, and if you're holding it like this, after a while it does become, kind of does dig into your hand. And I also want to say that like I don't think there's that much room for it to like move around. So if you have like a bigger hand, I don't know, like would it work for you? Like definitely try it on this way when you're at the boutique to make sure it's comfortable enough and your elbow crease thing fits into it. This elbow, the top handle, this is ideally how it would sit, but that's not real, all right? In reality, it likes to fall to the back. So this is how it naturally sits. So expect that you're gonna have to move this to the front a couple times, all right? Or if you don't care for it in the front, then just let it sit in the back. If anyone has any tricks on how to like keep this in the front, please let me know. I've thought of like putting some kind of like fashion tape in here in between the two hardwares to see if it'll stay. If I can think of anything that actually really works, I will post a video up about it. But if anyone has tips already, please feel free to mention it in the comment section. I would greatly appreciate that very much. Thank you. Love your face. But yeah, what else do I have to say about this? Honestly, aside from everything that I've mentioned, I can't honestly speak too much about the wear and tear of the bag because I've only used it twice and I've only had it for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So if you have questions about that, I cannot answer it. So don't ask because I don't have the answers. yeah, there we go. Ooh, something else that I will mention. One thing that I don't particularly like is how they cut the leather. You see right there? That's the end of the leather piece, and it's actually pretty noticeable. So you have one on this side, and then there's another piece on this side right there. Why is it not working? Do you see? Okay, and there's another piece over here. I thought it was in a much more not obvious place on the classic flap, because it's there too, but you don't notice it as much. This one, if you're kind of just looking at it like that, you do see that little piece of leather. And then over here, which doesn't bother me too much, I suppose. You don't really see it. The only reason I see it is because literally I'm like looking at this thing under like a microscope and like trying to like really appreciate how it's made. And oh, sorry, there's more up here too. There's this up on the top. See, I didn't even notice this until I started doing this. And this over here. So there's actually 4 instances of where the interlacing, you can see the end piece. So I'm guessing, yeah, I've just noticed it now. They have one piece of leather interlaced on this side, a separate piece of leather interlaced on this side. The parts of the leather that are attached to the strap, you don't see. There is a 3rd piece of leather that's interlaced onto the top strap that they've hidden very well. So, yeah, this is how they decided to do it. So I guess that's one of the things that I guess I would be like, hey, you can do better. It's not, you know, it's not, what do people call it? It's not a, it's something that I can deal with. Like, nothing's perfect. Oh, it's not a deal breaker. I'm trying to think of the word, but it's not a deal breaker. It's still a gorgeous little baggie. Yeah. Ooh, one other thing someone mentioned that I'm gonna mention again. There's like a little gap here. So depending on what you put in the bag, it can be noticeable. When I first wore it out, I actually still had the tissue paper in it to keep the structure. And you could actually see like white paper in my bag. And I was like, ooh, it's kind of like weird. I don't want people to see the white paper in my bag. So just a warning, there's a little hole. And this, I think, is unique to the sizes that are large and maxi. I don't think this happens with the baseline size. But yeah, she's gorgeous. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say. I guess if I think of anything else to say, I'll add it. But I'm done talking for now, and we will do the mod shots. Are you guys ready for the mod shots? So this is the bag. So cute. When you're holding it like this and the strap falls, you can see the end piece of the leather. I'm just gonna point that out there. That's something that you can see. Like this. Just walking with my baggie. Hey. Yes. This is me and my baby. Feeling really sexy when I wear this bag. What? Hello. Oh, hi. The other way you can wear this is cross-body, of course. So, like so. So a lot of people mentioned that the strap piece up here, the best way for it to stay in place is to have it like directly like this across your body. A lot of people mention that when they wear their strap in the front, it doesn't, that leather piece is no longer like on their shoulders, not properly placed, and kind of like digging into them. But with me, I don't know why, it's still there. I don't feel like the metal is hitting me. That doesn't happen for me. So for me, the metal, like, it hits right there when I wear it. Not the metal, the leather piece hits right here when I wear it towards the front of my body. So this is another reason why you need to try it on to see, you know, if someone's reviews that were true for themselves, like, it's gonna be true for you, because we're all built a bit differently. So mine, for me, it's okay. So if that's good, I don't know. And when I wear it to the back like this, the leather piece, actually, when I wear it to the back, the metal does start sitting on my shoulder and it does start digging in. But the thing about me is that, like, I personally don't like wearing bags on my butt. I don't know. I just don't think it's cute for me. I feel like when I wear it like this, it kind of just doesn't sit right. I like wearing it like this or like this. So for me, when you wear it in the back and the metal is sitting on you, that doesn't bother me one bit, because I never really wear it like that. So in a way, that works for me. So yeah, this is the mug shots. I'm just gonna style it. So for me, like, what I'm wearing right now is pretty, like, I guess, casual. And this is what I would say, it is definitely a casual bag, but you can also dress it up. So I'm just gonna put on like a blazer to make myself look a bit more fancy. And I'll show you that it also works when you want to be, like, you know, put together, more put together. So here it is with the blazer. Very cute. Still, it still definitely works. You can elevate this bag. It doesn't have to be a casual bag. It doesn't have to be, like, you know, it can be whatever, because it's amazing. So it can really be whatever dress level code you want. Like this, also very cute. This is just a little crooked. Oh, here it is. There we go. Alright guys, that's really all I have today. Good luck. I hope this is a helpful video. I hope you've now left more informed than when you started clicking, when you clicked on the video. Oh my god. Bye.